Trump's True Crimes, Episode 27, The Central Park Five. In 1989, 5 Black and Latino teenagers were wrongfully convicted of raping a white woman in Central Park. Known as the Central Park Five, Kevin Richardson, Raymond Santana, Yusef Salaam, Antron McCrae, and Corey Wise were coerced into false confessions and sentenced to years in prison, despite a lack of evidence linking them to the crime. The case was highly publicized, but it took a disturbing turn when Donald Trump stepped in. In 1989, Trump took out full-page ads in 4 major New York newspapers, calling for the reinstatement of the death penalty and for the accused teens to be executed, despite their denial of guilt. Trump's rhetoric was incendiary and dangerous. He was pushing a narrative that these boys were guilty before they had even gone to trial. For years, the 5 young men suffered in prison, their futures shattered. Despite no physical evidence and their eventual exoneration in 2002, when Matias Reyes, a convicted murderer, confessed to the crime and DNA evidence confirmed his story, Trump refused to back down. He never apologized or admitted wrongdoing. Instead, he continued to claim the Central Park Five were guilty, further cementing his legacy of promoting division and racial resentment. Trump's actions had a profound impact on the lives of the men involved. The trauma they endured, both in prison and afterward, was immeasurable. But it wasn't just about their individual pain. It was about the larger, more insidious effect on American racial justice. Trump's public attacks on the Central Park Five reinforced harmful stereotypes and justified the treatment of young men of color as criminals based on nothing more than racial prejudice. Trump's involvement in this case helped shape his public persona as someone who was willing to use fear and division for political gain. It foreshadowed the tactics he would later use throughout his career, pushing falsehoods, undermining the truth, and stirring up racial animosity to fuel his rise to power. The story of the Central Park Five remains one of the most egregious miscarriages of justice in American history. These 5 men were victims not only of the criminal justice system, but of a powerful man using his platform to publicly brand them as criminals, despite their innocence. Next time, we'll dive into another chapter in Trump's career of division. Episode 28, The Birther-in-Chief, will explore how Trump promoted a racist conspiracy theory about President Obama's birthplace, further cementing his role as a polarizing figure in American politics.